Welcome to the unpopular opinion. I am Stradivari, Mr. B, and I have Mr. Molly.
Hey y'all.
And I have my Miss Marcella.
Hey everybody.
And my Miss Michelle.
Greetings, everyone.
Today, this unpopular opinion is definitely one of our big issues of today. We're going to be talking about some great American topics. And before I go into our main topic of today, of an article that I read, I really want to get into the, have you guys seen the South Carolina harassment by the Army sergeant?
Yeah.
And have you guys seen that? And have y'all seen that that people are now standing at his door and standing outside his yard 24 hours a day? Have y'all seen that part too?
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen that, Damali? Have you also known that in South Carolina that they are now trying to charge the man for a hate crime?
Does the military guy?
Yes. For a small, it's not going to be a high crime, but it's going to be definitely something that's going to go on his record.
Yeah.
What do you guys?
What did he do again?
Oh, you didn't watch the video that I showed on the phone. I sent on the phone to Molly, wanted to know what happened and what did he do. So I sent on the phone. I sent you the whole entire video of the kid walking through his neighborhood and then getting pushed around by another guy. And when he pushed him, that wasn't the first push. That was the second time he pushed him out the way.
So somebody was recording and he didn't know somebody was recording.
Well, the wife was recording it.
Wait a minute. The man that was doing the pushing's wife was she sent her own husband to jail.
She was the one recording it. Somebody just happened to catch it on their video. I don't even know how they caught it, but they definitely caught that. They caught that. And
My goodness.
the wife was the one that was talking in the background, like, "Yeah, get out of here. You want us to follow you to your house?" I was like, "Oh my God, this is a little bit more than I can take right now." Damali, did you actually watch the video, Damali?
I did. I watched the video.
And what is your imprint on this video?
I mean, I'm tired of seeing it, honestly. And I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of my people going through it. It's just ridiculous at this point in this day and age that you can still, be in that mindset to harass somebody walking down the street in your neighborhood, regardless of the color of their skin or what they look like. You don't have a right to marshal a street. Like, I just let people live their lives and leave them alone. It's a mental illness to have to always harass somebody just because of the color of their skin. So I just think it's sad, and let the chips fall where they may. When you write stupid checks, you cash stupid checks. So and your wife recorded it and shared it with the world. So you write stupid checks, you cash stupid checks.
Okay, Miss Cash, stupid checks. Okay, well, what about you, Miss Michelle? What is your take on this soldier sergeant of the Army?
I mean, it's just pretty much coming to a head. I mean, this has been ongoing for generations. So what's so different is just people getting bolder. That's the word. People are starting to get bolder and starting to demonstrate it more versus where they just said, "Nah, I don't want to." They hid behind whatever and they say, "Nah, I don't want to do that." But people just getting bolder. They don't care no more. And
Okay.
I could say more about it, but it's sad. And if the government or society or the communities don't really put a stop or hold on it, we're gonna have our own war just within America. And the question is, who's the war gonna be between?
Well, it's already a war on America and the people that's in America. That should already be.
Yeah, but
be
it's
evident.
yeah, but still, I'm talking about like fighting, tearing down. Yeah, they think these riots are crazy. It wouldn't be probably enough national. They would literally have to call all the National Guard in America just to handle certain war.
We definitely should have been doing that though, tearing down walls.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Shouldn't be building them up. We should be tearing them down.
true. It's really a hard topic and something to say. I don't want to see the violence. I don't want to see the fighting.
Well, you can't do it peacefully. It's never been done peacefully.
I understand that. I understand that because as soon as we like, they're real quick to throwing us in jail when we pull a gun and shoot you. But the Caucasian people or somebody else, they just go through the regular process, jail, and then take time before they get to court. Versus us, book us, court, same night, ready to toss us in jail quicker than anything. So it's like when we start defending for ourselves fully, because we're trying to like keep the peace, because of everything that's going on, you know, then they be like, okay, we got the
See, you never even, I know you didn't even watch the video. And by you saying that makes a very big important element of how the story and line plays out at this point in time. They arrested him a week later. They didn't arrest him a day of. See, if it's a black dude or some type of melanated man walking out in the street and he fits the profile, he's getting booked that day, and then he asks questions then. But at this point in time, they gave him a week. They had to watch a video. People called that day. That moment in time, you was called, but you didn't do anything about it. So that was my whole. You really played an important point right there. That was very good, Michelle, because you brought out that we're automatically booked before we even proven anything. We're automatically booked. They gave this man a week of time to let's look at the video first. Let's play it out. Let's play it out first and give some type of tell on it and some type of spin on it. So that's what, Michelle, that was the most vocal point that you said without even watching the video, made it a very good point right there. Marcella, did you even watch the video?
See, well, what is this? I feel like one of your students or whatnot. Yeah, I did my homework. I saw the video. What did I think about it? I just thought he was inappropriate to a minor, and it doesn't make it even better because the minor was a young male of color. The way he was speaking was unacceptable. I feel that he shouldn't have been putting his hands on him. I don't know the whole story, but it just didn't look appropriate. It just shows the hostility that people have. I would say that America, we searching, and part of us are trying to find. Some people are actually trying to find their humanity here, but some people are just living in outside of humanity. He probably wouldn't want anybody to treat his child, any child that he loved, or cared about that. As a matter of fact, he'd probably be in the streets fighting and outraged. I'm interested in knowing. I saw the video, but he should, as an adult putting his hands on a child, he should be charged and locked up like anybody else if they did that. Why are they going the hate crime route and not hate crime is criminal, but not the criminal route. He was harassing and kind of beating on a minor. That's against the law. We talked about that, the fact that we can't beat our children.
And technically, if he's in karate, aren't you a weapon if you use your hands? Aren't you?
Yeah.
Isn't that a type of weapon that you have? Trying to use
If you're
that
a
type of
black
force?
belt, if you're a black belt or anything higher than that, if you just fight, you'll go to jail because they classify you as a weapon.
So why
Because
was
just
he so
one
combative? That's my whole thing on it. Why was he so combative? And somebody like me wouldn't have taken that lightly. And I know any other person that was any bigger size or with any type of anger or demeanor in a system wouldn't have taken that too lightly right there. I'm just being painfully obvious on this one. If you would actually touch me in that
Mhm.
form or fashion, even getting that close is a problem. So you automatically pushing me around is, hey, I can pretty much do whatever I want after that. Even if you got some skills, you might not have the street skills that you need to win this fight. That's all I'm saying. So the people that came out for this event, I'm thinking, how much pressure are they going to put on this family? Is this family going to move out of the neighborhood? What type of family pressure or people pressure are now they going to put on this man? Because now this the new fad in the world. If you racist, we coming to stand by your house. We're going to let you know that you either love us or you leave us, and you're not going to be able to stand here and stand right here and enjoy your system in living like this. So what do you think about that, Damali? What do you think about me saying that?
I don't know. I think that's kind of interesting that people are just standing at his house and just and protesting. I mean, that's one approach. I mean, you made that young man uncomfortable when he was walking in his neighborhood, so why should you be comfortable in your home? You know, I think it's kind of funny. I like the approach.
Oh, that's why
Make
they
it
really
difficult.
doing it.
Make it difficult for him to get in and out of his home, and I understand why they're doing it. It's kind of interesting, but I don't know, man. If we get treat people how we want to be treated, the world would be so much more simple. It's just do you want to be harassed while you walk through your neighborhood? Don't harass people when they walk through their neighborhood. So
Okay.
he's getting back what he sowed into the earth.
Okay. Well, what about you, Miss Michelle, on this one, on the people just standing outside of this house? And this is the new fad now. This is what we doing for racism today.
I mean, he's getting what he gave out. So if the boy was walking in his own neighborhood going home, then they just showing him what it feels like for somebody to interrogate or bully, or you know how that feels. Um, what you sow, that shall you also reap. Bottom line. That's how
Okay.
I end that.
You
That's
reap
how
what
I
you
end that.
sow on this part.
You're reaping what you sow.
And also, I want to correct something I said. And it doesn't matter if it was his neighborhood or not. If he was walking on a public street, whether it's his neighborhood or not, he
Oof.
doesn't deserve to be harassed. I don't care if it was not his neighborhood.
It was his neighborhood.
Even if it was not his neighborhood. For any other young man who has to go through this, visiting a friend or doing whatever they're doing, minding their business, not in their neighborhood, not
It's
committing a crime.
it still was his neighborhood. It was his
But I'm
neighborhood.
just saying, because we can use that excuse of, well, he wasn't in his neighborhood, so.
He was in the neighborhood longer than the other people.
Mhm.
And I don't want to give the backstory on it, but they trying to say that he did some things, or they caught him doing something, and technically, I'm not necessarily thinking all that was true, unless you was trying to harass him for getting some. And the girl was 21, so that they talking about he harassed or whatever. So it was kind of like a flaky story,
Mhm.
and then they said that they had a police report out on it, and it's a false report. There's no police report on it. So they can get false reports all they want in the news station, but the known fact that he put his hands on this young man and tried to pose his will, and then the people now are standing outside. I really want to know, Marcella, what you think about these people standing out there. What do you think?
Well, this is I'm first and foremost. I like to say I'm glad that the young man survived it, because we know Trayvon Martin did not.
Okay.
And similar situation, Trayvon Martin trying to get home, walking through his neighborhood, profiled and later murdered at the hands of a racist, in my opinion. And so the blessing in this is that the young man was not harmed physically, you know, and so that's a positive way of looking at it. Now, how do I feel about the people outside of his house? You know, when I saw that, you know, I did like D said, I thought it was interesting. You know, it was unexpected. I think it was a black lady with a bullhorn too.
Yeah.
You know, folks are tired. You know, we've been spending a lot of time at home, reflected, actually able to digest what's being shown on the television. I think it's just what we see is a response to some stimulus that's just been going on for way too long. Everything from just watching our men being murdered. It was just a young 13-year-old boy murdered today. I think it was today in was it Chicago?
Mm.
And
Yeah, it was
you know,
Chicago.
so when is this going to stop? It definitely is problematic. Um, I'm concerned about them standing outside of his house because you need more people. And just as they go and they stand outside his house, you have other groups to stand outside with them. And pretty soon the mob is fighting each other. And I think I okay, someone gave an example of ants. I don't know if it's here. I talked, you know, to so many people, but I don't know who it was. But tell me if it was anybody on this in this group. They said if you put black and red ants in a jar, they pretty much will coexist together. They won't see each other as enemies. But if someone picked that jar up from above and shake that jar, they will fight and kill each other. So the issue is, yeah, we talk a lot about the race. We have a serious the Honorable Nellie Fuller Jr. say the keys to the colors. The problem, America's number one problem, is this idea of inferiority and superiority based on skin tone.
Okay.
And so but I also see that, you know, well, you guys not gonna like this, but this issue is a major concern, but underlying issues is the issues with access to everything from decent living for some people, water in Michigan, you know, I think it's Flint, Michigan, access to capital, access to technology, access to education. So it's so many different parallels. I don't know what's going to happen with them standing outside of the house, you know, because I can guarantee you some of his sympathizers, the guy that lives in the house, going to be out there. So it's just going to be brolic. It's, you know, when.
So
Let
okay.
let me ask
Okay.
this question. I'm surprised he hasn't called the cops to remove them.
He's called the cops.
Oh, so the cops are not doing anything.
The
No, they
cops.
peacefully assembling.
Yeah, they're not standing inside in the street.
I'm glad I had cop. I would have been like, keep going.
They parking on the other side of the street where there's like grass. It's like a big grass
It's
area.
bananas.
Oh,
It,
so that's why she has the bullhorn because they doing it
Yeah,
in their legal right.
it's
But
yeah,
serious out there.
yeah. They not playing around.
Wow.
that's cool.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
Wow.
soon
serious out
somebody's
there.
going to show up. I do say that if people knew that they would be punished in the same way that they harass people, probably wouldn't do it. Now he was he was inappropriate. Even as a grown woman looking at him, he was very threatening. You
But he
know,
only gonna get 30 days in jail.
okay, that's a start.
Yeah.
That's a
They gonna
start.
whoop his tail in jail. When they find out what he did, they gonna whoop his tail. He gonna wish he didn't do what he did.
He only gonna get 30 days.
He only getting 30 days. He's not even
He'll
gonna
be
be in maximum
he'll,
prison. He's just gonna be in 30 days of whatever, and be out.
he'll be out in 10 for good behavior. Watch.
Mm.
But to me, the military has to play a more important role in what type of job did he have in the military in order to gain access to doing these things to other people too. You have to think about these things. Like, is he filtering this through other people? Are they taking on his likings of how he treat people? These are a whole entire another entity on how the whole entire service is actually being made up of these type of men. I mean, it's not everybody every day that gets his job. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a better man than doing what his mentality is thinking at this point in time. So
Yeah,
what
he's
would
gonna get discharged, Mr. B. Once he
you
gets out of prison, unless they find him mentally compromised in some way, PTSD or whatever.
uh
Once he gets out, he's getting discharged.
you think so?
Yeah. He's been if he's going to jail for 30 days, he's being charged with a crime.
Yep.
He's
Listen,
being
if they
charged
don't
and
discharge
convicted
them,
of
the
a crime.
military guys gonna whoop them on the sly.
I
Mm.
don't think the military gonna do that
Please,
though.
please.
You cannot serve in the military
With the
and
crime.
be in jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
He can't even go to he no he ruined his whole career is ruined.
You think so? I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think
look it
he'll get
up.
anything for that. I don't think he'll get discharged for it. I just
Oh
don't.
yeah. When's the last time you
Mm,
saw somebody that have a prison record in the military? You can't have a you cannot have any of it. You know what? If you were to get convicted of a crime and had to spend 30 days in jail anywhere, more than likely you would get fired from your job. You can't
right.
go
You
back to
you
work.
can't get a good job with a bad record.
I don't even know what they're gonna charge him with.
I'm thinking some racist something. That's what I'm thinking. Some type of hate crime. It has to be some type of hate crime because he basically we're a tight knit community. Of which community was he in? Because it was a lot of folks out there. A lot of folks out there. So it
Wow.
was a little weird to me. A lot of folks out there.
And it's the little boy was a minor. That's why it's so criminal. The fact that she was filming it is crazy.
Yeah, and she was
It,
filming it. It
That
wasn't.
means
man,
they felt that they were right. They felt justified. They felt that what they was doing, it wasn't nothing wrong with it. They didn't see that young boy was a little boy. They saw him as a threatening man, but also he also saw him as somebody that he could overcome with power. He didn't respect that young man as a minor, and that's the first problem. You said he was 13. He was a minor,
He
and
was
I saw
13.
you said he was 13, right?
Nah,
no,
I don't know how. I don't
that's the
know how.
situation in Chicago.
I'm getting confused. How old
Oh.
was the other guy?
I don't
11?
know how old the other guy was. He looked like 18, 19. He
Oh,
didn't
okay.
he didn't look. I mean, the way he spoke didn't make me feel as though he was a older age guy.
Yeah,
No.
he seemed like he was between 16 and 20.
Yeah, it wasn't. I
Oh,
mean, and he wasn't being disrespectful either. So it was
Mm-mm.
it was different. I could see if he was like hollering and screaming in his face, getting all amped up, getting him all riled up about I'm about to knock you out. Da, 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 da. No, no, he wasn't like that. He was calling him sir and everything.
yeah.
It wasn't
Well,
like I wasn't listening. I was listening. I was listening because there are trigger points that make people piss you off, or people piss you off, and you piss them off. It's too many trigger points that get you to understand that this is a very hostile environment. I need to go into self defense mode. So he was definitely in a hostile environment. Even when he stepped away and the dude was like on his back a little bit, like hovering a little bit on his back. That's a no right there. That's a no right there. Like it's almost to a point where if I didn't feel trusted that the dude was either gonna make it out of there without getting choked out. That was just what I was thinking. By me saying that, I want to I do really want to keep on that subject, but I'll digress on that one. At this point in time, I want to talk about 5 virtual signs of envy and the 4 types of players. Okay. Now, the main part about this is the personality you cannot think of any instance in which one could be jealous and maintain having a correct motive. Again, jealousy is an ugly thing. So, what do you think about jealousy as an ugly thing, Miss Marcella? I mean,
yeah. Well,
what, do
okay.
what is your whole piece on jealousy?
Well, jealousy is like a double-edged sword. I mean, you jealous, but you're hurting yourself just as much as you are hurting the person, if they even are aware of it. Um, it goes both ways. And so the question is, why are you jealous, right? And most of the time, a person is jealous may not feel fulfilled or have feelings of inadequacy, and perhaps someone has something that they feel the object of their jealousy, perhaps that person they feel has something that they want or deserve. In the article, like they mentioned 5 different points of jealousy. Somebody constantly competing with you, don't celebrate your success, exhibiting passive aggressive behavior, and someone that stops sharing their happy moments, and just basically someone is jealous of you. I think many of us have experienced it, but when it comes from somebody that's close to you, it doesn't feel good, because if you're the type of person that wants others to win, yet you happen to be in the presence of somebody like that, it's just not advantageous for success in a relationship, and the energy is off. So what do I think about it? I think that it's best to remove yourself if you're the object of that jealousy. Now, if you are the person that's feeling jealousy, then you might want to do a gut check and check yourself to see what's going on in your life. Why are you projecting this negative energy towards someone that, one, may not even know it, or two, someone that cares about you and wants you to win? It's a dangerous emotion. I don't think it's healthy, but I think it happens all the time.
Okay, so Damali, do you have someone who was jealous of you, or have you had any jealous moments? Have you, can you tell if somebody is jealous of you?
I think one of the main ways you can tell are the little comments and jokes. Now, if it's somebody that you know or are in, in communication with, sometimes those little jokes about your weaknesses, or the little jabs at you, can be a red flag that they're jealous of what's going on in your life.
Yeah, yeah,
I think that's one to add on to what Marcella said. But I think
Mm.
she hit the nail on the head. But I would just add that the little jokes, because there's always people can tell you what's truly on their mind through their little jokes.
Okay, okay, okay. What about you, Miss Michelle?
So everything that the Molly and Marcella said, and I really like when Marcella said, just walk away from it. In that right there, sever the cord, cut the head off the snake, whatever you need to do.
yeah,
In it right there, do not continue to talk, communicate, be in their presence. And it's sad that you have to make the move, but like you said, and like this article said, jealousy can result into some dangerous stuff.
yeah,
And it could literally, I mean, depending on how far that person wants to go, it could literally ruin your life. So even if you hear or see a hint of jealousy,
Mhm.
separate yourself in that right then and there. Because I was looking for a scripture that what the Bible says about jealousy, and in the NIV version it says in Proverbs 14:30, it says a heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bone. So if the Bible's telling you jealousy will literally technically kill you, right your bones, you know, I want to be where my heart is giving peace and life to my body. So I don't need nobody, you know, having a little jealousy shenanigans and trying to put it on my life. Well, I'm sad. See ya. There's really no reason. And like y'all said, you can hear it in the comments, in the comments, I know how to talk and be nice nasty. So when you start your red flags start going off and you be reading in between the lines of what they said, you gotta decide whether that's a jealous remark or they just being sarcastic. But it's sad that you gotta be that way. But nowadays, if you open up the door for them to continue doing what they're doing towards you, then you open up the door for all kind of spirits to enhance their minds to try to destroy you just because they want what you want.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
they want what you have.
furthermore, jealous people are, for the most part, are ineffective people, just in your life, and they often more irritating than dangerous. However, a jealous person can, some serious or damaging things in your life depending on the circumstances of your life, or what's happening in the parts of your life that's actually going on with the circumstances that they may be ineffectively doing things to may cause some damage in it, or actually playing the defense against you. So Marcella said herself, she said there are some 5 universal signs of someone who has a problem with you. So someone who is jealous of you, someone is consistently trying to compete with you, or someone who doesn't celebrate your success, or someone just consistently inhabitantly passive aggressive behaviors towards you, or someone just stops sharing their happy moments with you. So have you guys have ever had these entire times had these type of jealous moments?
I'm dealing with one right now. Now I can't say it's jealousy, but I know that I'm starting to see signs of, you know what? It's I guess I may be can we say that sometimes we confuse jealousy with people that's just intimidated by you? Because
Why they
I mean
intimidated? What's what they're intimidated by?
just when you so let's just give my little example. I see someone asking questions to other people about me,
Okay.
and from their moves and them calling me to talk about certain issues and making sure we could work together, and I'm like, I ain't never had a problem with you from the beginning, so where is this coming from? It's like it's like, are you, in my mind I'm like, are you intimidated by me, for you to ask all these questions, to cause all these risks, and to talk behind me, behind my back, because I do hear about it. You see what I'm saying?
So you
But
saying
I
you're having issues with somebody trying to talk behind your back, wanting to know what your everyday moves are, or what you actually doing sometimes during the day in your moves, or whatever you're doing throughout the day. They want to know.
No, it's not that part. So it's not that part. They just intimidated by my skills, my ability to
Okay.
accomplish things.
Okay.
That's what because they in a certain position, and they think that because I'm displaying my skills, my smartness, and my ability to handle certain things, that the people around us is gonna be like, oh, well, Michelle got this and this and this, intimidation. But
Okay.
that can
Okay.
also bring into jealousy, because they're jealous, or they envy that they don't have it, but I do. And there's a
Right.
possibility they could be pushed out and me come in. And I don't want all that. You see what I'm saying? Let
Right.
me
Right.
do what I was told to do and just leave me alone. I don't want what you got.
Now see that
You
that's
got
a
the better
total thing.
position, so keep it.
Well, they might not like their position. They might like the
Oh
position
no, they
you in.
love their position. They just trying to protect their position. And anybody
Oh.
that could push them out and got more skills than them, you see what I'm saying? They try to cause harm by talking bad about me to other people to give them an impression
Okay.
I'm not a good
Okay.
person. You see what I'm saying? But as other people that see what they're doing come and telling me what they're doing, and all I've
So
been doing is keeping the peace. So that's why I asked, can we confuse jealousy with
Marcella,
intimidation?
Marcella, would you say that's a jealous moment or a
It
jealous
goes
move?
hand in hand. Envy,
Yeah.
jealousy, resentment, spite. That
Hmm.
it's all the same. It's all the same energy. You
Okay.
Right.
can you can you can you can ask about someone out of curiosity and even admiration if they're doing something that you'd like to learn more about. It's a difference in the way you use the energy. I think it becomes negative when you become resentful of them for being great. And can't they be great? Because you could be great also.
Okay.
Um, it's a person that is subscribing to a lack mindset. Like they feel that they don't have the ability or the power to go get whatever it is they want. And so when they see someone that's sitting in what they see as power because they want what they have, then the whole idea of actually harming that person in some way through talking about them, talking to them in ways that are not acceptable is to a degree. Well, I'm not even going to say to a degree. I'm going to say it's a way of you. They see you on a pedestal, and that chipping away is a way to try to knock you down off of that pedestal. And they build the sandcastles in their mind anyway, because perhaps the person, nobody has a charmed life, and so the
Mhm.
person that they're looking at is having a charmed life. Maybe if you had to walk a mile in their shoes, you may not, you may think differently. So,
But
um,
he or she might be able, might be thinking that Michelle might be trying to take over their job because she's good at everything she's doing. So therefore, she might be taking over that job.
That's lack though. That's still a mindset of lack. It's
Okay.
enough out here for everybody. And so
Right.
if you don't believe in your ability to the degree where you think another person, another woman more than likely comes in and is there really because y'all both could be great together and you feel threatened that they're going to take what you have, then you have a lack mindset and you don't believe in your own abilities. That's why I said it's a double-edged sword earlier, because it's not even so much about the other person. It's about the reflection that you see of yourself as you look at that person, and you don't like what you see. So instead of just saying, hey, I think I'm a piece of, I'm a piece of doo-doo, then you project it out and try to make it seem like that person is that. It's just a psychological, I would say, response that's not good, and it ruins relationships. And people who are happy don't subscribe to jealousy like that. As a matter of fact, that type of situation when you are interacting with somebody that's beyond where you are, and you want to glean and learn from them so that you can learn and in a way that's appreciative of what they have to offer. That's when you're able to, I think, evolve and create magic with other people, because they could be great, you could be great, and then I think if you have that mindset, then you could turn around and it's give and take. If they have all this great talent, and y'all interacting, then like if it's healthy, it's going back and forth. It's not one person trying to have.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what about you, Damali? What do you think on your task on this one?
Yeah, I would agree with her points. One of the things I want to add is that being jealous with the point of the lack mindset. One thing I wanted to add is that, like Marcella said, there's plenty of success in customers or whatever else there is. Like, for example, Michelle is a travel expert, and I say this person was jealous of her ability
Mm-hmm.
to perform her administrative and travel skills, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're thinking that I gotta go talk negatively about Michelle to the network that we share because I want them to use my services. Where, if this person focused on just their own skills and their own success, they would just simply attract what they want. But since they're
Okay.
so focused on talking negatively about Michelle, then energetically they are detracting everything they really want. So it's like you're not serving yourself by even being jealous. If you're jealous of some things, then you're telling the universe that you can't really even handle the things that you say you want because you can't be happy that somebody else has them.
So they can't. So
Um,
they're not happy with what they're working with. What you're saying?
yeah, I
Okay. So what do you think about that, Michelle? What is your intake on the two the two ladies giving you their synopsis on is this a jealousy or is it an envy?
I have to agree with Marcella. It's pretty much both. It's like a combination.
Okay.
And what I've decided to do was just to lay low, because there's no
Mm-hmm.
way of me backing out, because my particular assignment includes me working with this person. You see what
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
So what I've decided to do was just back off and stay low. And when I shut down, you would definitely know you've done something, and then your guilt will start perceiving to where you start making certain moves and I don't respond to it, then you be like,
Yeah,
okay.
but it's shutting down the proper effect of what you should be doing, or
In
should you
this
be
case,
going
yes.
at it, or you should be going at it full steam ahead at this point, as
No,
if doing what you've been doing, and that's the reason why they envy you because of what you've been doing in the first place. Don't
no,
change your
you
perspective.
clarify what do you mean by shutting down?
okay.
Yeah.
So what I mean about shutting down, I will continue, um, I will continue doing what I'm supposed to do, but the communication, I'm staying more in my lane, but and I'm moving certain aspects where it doesn't involve them or be around them. You see what I'm
but
saying?
in retrospect, you still need to just be yourself. Can
Oh,
no,
I could
nobody
always
change?
be. I'ma always see. That's the thing about it. I'ma always be myself, but I have to show them you don't truly know me. You only know me for what you know, what little you know. I'm just gonna continue doing my work and just stand in my perspective of my assignment. Because see, this person's still trying to make me, help them do other stuff too, and I'm gonna have to deny that because I
Oh, okay.
see that you don't. First, I know you don't like me. Second, I knew you didn't want me to have the assignment. And third, you don't realize I've been covering your butt from getting fired from the first place.
Somebody, you gotta let them fall where they may.
I'm ready for them to crash. So that's why I'm back so that they can crash.
All right.
They burnt the bridge. Let me just put it that way. You don't burn the bridges of people that you know for a fact that's been helping you and covering for you, even when they didn't say they was doing it, but they just did it out of love. You see what I'm saying? When you work with somebody, if somebody's falling or failing or something, you be like, hey, you need some help? Tell me what you need. Because we all work together. We all are successful together.
Yeah.
But if you're too busy trying to, you know, be mad because you think because I'm helping you or people watching us and they gonna put me over you, even though you the one that got the best position,
Hmm.
bounce that. So now I'm gonna let them see what it truly feels to do that job without no help. Yeah.
Okay. Well, by far, these are 5 common traits that you can identify easily when identifying who has a problem with you, ladies. However, everyone in your life that displays these traits are not your haters. No, no, they're not always your haters. They cannot all be, because these traits can always be detrimental to your success. They can most certainly be irritating, but they do not necessarily have to be harmful. So if we think about this, it sometimes these things can give you that extra boost you need. Like I would tell you that this person, he came up to me and we was on Zoom and he said that my artwork was trash. I was like, oh my goodness, my artwork is trash for real. So that made me go inside my room and just start drawing something. And I drew something that was totally outrageously off the hook lovely. Like it was a very good picture. It was something I drew. I was like, dang, I really drew this. And I don't think I'm gonna ever get this piece up. One of these, that's one of my little feelings. Like I'm never giving this piece up. When the world sees me and I pass, they can be like, oh, this is the best drawing that he drew. So that's how I feel. If some people in my life is going to give me the energy to say that I can't do something or it doesn't look as masterful as I can ever do it, I'm definitely going to kind of try to prove them wrong. Like I'm gonna hit them right where it hurts at this point. So that's my thing about when somebody is the jealous type. What you think, Damali, on that one? What you think about that type of move?
Um, I'm a laid back kind of person. I'm not gonna try to like aggressively prove you wrong, but if your opinion is contrary to what I'm living, then you just gonna find out when you find out. But
Okay.
it's not gonna be my mission to prove you wrong. I'm gonna just keep doing what I do. You can either see it or you don't. Period. I just, you know, I'm not motivated by haters at all. I feel sorry for the haters because you can't if you can't enjoy what I'm enjoying, then you can't enjoy what you want to enjoy, and that's I feel sorry for you. You can't be happy with me, and you calling what I love trash. And that's your opinion, and that's the energy you want to give off, and deal with that energy you giving off.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Marcella?
Yeah, I agree with Damali. Why do they matter so much? You see, who sometimes a matter trying to prove something to somebody else means that they are actually what did I say the other day? Renting space, occupying space in your mind rent free. They don't deserve that right. Their opinion don't matter. Only thing that matters is your opinion of yourself. Now, I will admit that everybody has a story. All the greats, when you listen to people who have done wonderful things, they will talk about times when they had interacted with people who didn't believe in them and flat out told them that they couldn't do it. And I would add that you can do it. And what matters is belief in yourself. We will always get times when people tell us that we're not shit. It could be family members. It could be your own husband or wife. I mean, seriously, you can't do this, you can't do that. Sometimes people do that, especially people closer to you, is because they fear of what's on the other side. Once you become this different person, will you leave them behind?
Mm-hmm.
So there's so many dynamics. I will say that some of the different categorizations of hate that you mentioned did sound like hate, and kind of like it was unhealthy. It would be unhealthy because if you're a person that believes in yourself, having somebody that's trying to see doubt in your life, in your mind, in your spirit, can cause you to even doubt yourself. We raise to the level of expectations of ourselves and also the people that we are around. And so if you're trying to achieve and be, just at the top of your game at all times, if you're around negative, Nellies and whatnot, then it's just gonna cause you to, it's gonna slow your roll. People are jealous. I hadn't been, sometimes you'll meet people that think, now some people need work. And so sometimes people critically, kind of let them know these things. They may assess them. And they'll be like, well, they just hate. And so in some instances, if you're a narcissist and think you're the greatest and you're really not, and people are telling you there's some areas that you need to work on in a constructive way, then that's one thing. But if you're doing the right thing and you have somebody, like for instance, you mentioned that one of the signs was not being able to share in your success.
Share your success with others. Yeah.
Yeah. So
With
Michelle, I've had this experience where you're happy, you're successful, you want to just share your success with people that you care about, not in a braggadocious way, but just say, hey, look, guess what happened today? This happened. It was so unexpected. It's so wonderful. And you telling it not to brag or be braggadocious. You're just trying to share some positive energy. Well, if you go into the world trying to fill it with positivity, but all you get is sewage back thrown in your face, then why do it? It's like Michelle said. I think what she was saying is that she removes herself from that energy so that she can continue to operate in excellence. You don't owe anybody that's treating you in a way undeserving any of your attention. We don't know how much time we have left on this planet. You don't got time for people like that. You leave them where they are, and let that be that.
And let it be that. That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. So, Michelle, what you think about this? What is your take on the haters making you stronger? You think a hater can make you stronger? Will it make you better? Will it make the situation better? Make you work harder, or will it
We
just?
we wouldn't be where we at mentally if it wasn't for the haters. If we never had a challenge, if we never had an issue, if we never had trouble, we wouldn't know what we have within us to be able to be successful and to overcome what we are presently dealing with at that point.
Okay.
So haters are our teachers. Haters are good in a certain aspect. Now, how far we will allow the hater to go, then that's a different question because a lot of haters do stuff behind the scenes. So for me, that's where prayer come in. Be like, all right, Lord, if you use it, like, perfect example, Job in the Bible. The devil went to God and be like, hey, I want him, but I can't get to him because you have a hedge of protection around him. So the devil was the hater, Job was us. So God was like, okay, because I know what he has inside of him, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna let you do what you do. And we saw in the Bible, at first Job was weak and got mad at God, which that's what we do. Why you let this happen? Yada yada yada. But then when he knew who he was in God, then he started displaying his strength. And then more of it came out because those issues, him losing his
Oh,
Uh,
uh-huh.
I'm sorry, him losing his family, him losing his land, everything. And then his friends came in and said, you ought to hate God and all this stuff. And then then God had to come in and be like, who are you? But then at the end, he got double. So I'm just saying, people hating on you, it's a good thing.
All right. Well, at this point, you want to take a little bit of time to understand a little bit of philosophy. So, have any of y'all played basketball before? A little organized basketball. What about you, Marcella? You on my you on mute.
Most people would think that because of my height and my athletic prowess that I would have. But the funny thing is, no, I'm not coordinated. So I went to try out for the basketball team with a friend of mine that's like 5'4", 5'4", I believe, something like that.
Uh-huh.
And the coach took one look at me, and you could see his eyes light up. He thought I was the star player. No, I was the mascot. My friend that was 5'4" is the one she could run some ball. So she became the team captain, and I just became a spectator on the stands. I do know that sports creates leaders. You know, it's a leadership thing, and I don't have anything against it. I'm actually more prone. I was actually more prone to gymnastics and cross, like long distance running. That
Okay.
was my gifts.
Well, they want to put this into a perspective of completely understanding what is irrelevant to you in your life and what's the main points of your life in a basketball form. But irrelevancy is meaning your opposing fans. The opposing fans are completely irrelevant to your winning column. So if you're expecting to win, your fans are irrelevant. Your fans are relevant of the situation in order for you to win. To effectively, they're effective on the winning column is so minuscule. It's like so minor that it doesn't even matter if a fan is a part of it. So you need to think about the people that you want to make your fans or your followers, and they're really kind of the irrelevant people in your life that you really need to understand that that's not the people that's going to make you the millions of dollars. If you catch my drift, they might be the reason why they the known spectators on this entire thing is because the fan of your life basically is the loudest person. It's the one that's making the most noise. It's the one that you see the most every day. It's the one that you got following you. It's the one that you trying to get followed. It's all of those different types of things that's going to try to make you seem as though things are going to be a little bit different, but they're really not. They really are not. Trust me on that. So as I'm trying to give you to understand your fans and the ability to understand what your fans are, they really are irrelevant in this situation. So we're going to talk about the referees in your life. So who would you consider as a referee in your life if we don't want to consider them as a basketball referee? Who would you consider as your referee in your life? I would say maybe if you got a mother or father or a side cousin or just somebody that's just out there just trying to say who's the main referee that you would point out in your life at this point.
I would say for me, my husband and my kids are great referees because kids tell you the truth for one thing. If you are a little out of character, kids will let you know. That when I get upset with them, they'll be like, mean mommy, mean mommy. It's like, okay, let me calm down and talk and not yell. Okay, not talking, I'm yelling. Because I'm working on it. So I tell them, let me
Oh,
know.
that's their
Yeah,
warning
we have
sign.
we've talked about this because I'm working on this, not yelling and talking. So I told them your job when I'm getting a little upset to just remind mommy, help me remember. So my kids are great referees in that aspect. And then
Okay.
my husband is a great referee as well because he'll be like, babe, hey, you need to take care. This is getting out of hand. The kid's been doing this and you haven't been saying anything, or hey, this you need to go take care of that because that's getting out of hand. This laundry over here and this big pile over here is getting out of hand. He'll he'll do his little nudging, and I'll do the same thing for him as well. So those two are great, great referees.
Okay.
And then before I was married, my mother was a really great referee.
Okay. And what about you, Marcel?
It's only me, guys. I'm so hungry. I'm sitting up here chowing down on some crackers and freaking seafood salad. It's so good.
Well, at least you're eating healthy. At least you're eating good.
Hey, that's
Oh,
the
man.
realities of life, man. Sometimes you gotta get it in when you can get it in.
Get it in when it fit in.
Okay, my nose itching. I'm trying to be cute. Okay, so when I was in engineering school, I almost became homeless. And my
Okay.
referee was unlikely. She was my cheerleader too. Older woman, established. Her name was Roberta Perry. Say her name, right?
Okay.
She since is deceased, but she was my referee. When I didn't have a place to stay, she welcomed me into her home, and then she started molding me like a mother would, you know. And it was through her refereeing that I was able to just overcome things. I'd say. I think most people referees are people who really care about them. It could be a family member, a friend. If somebody cares about you, they're going to be your illuminating response. Don't nobody wants to be at the top of the food chain and everybody telling them yes. You want a referee because a referee gonna tell you, oh hell no, we ain't doing this. And I remember when you was this, and this. This ain't who you are. This not the D of Mr. B that I know. So it's mentors. It's definitely important to have referees in your life to actually keep you grounded.
Well, in this particular moment of the article, it was basically talking about the referees are the ones who abide by the rules that you're supposed to be able to keep playing the basketball. So the rules that you had to use by actually doing the motions, by actually playing defense, whether you was fouling, whether you was making a charge, they were the ones who planted and implemented the rules. And it's not their fault that you might not be skilled in one position when another person is more skilled than you are. So you have to play in those figures of the referee is just doing his job. So technically a person that's refereeing your life and helping you out, giving you pointers on some of the rules that you may not be understanding or taking is a major factor. Is a major factor. Can you please send the link? What?
She must have
How am I do that?
It's on the text. Tell us on the text message.
I'll send it to her. Don't worry, I'll take care of that now. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Gee whiz, you been
I got
on
my
here?
hands filled.
How long have you been on here?
Don't you browbeat her. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
She
worry
have
about
one
it,
of
man.
them
I'll
days.
send it to
All right. Well, when it comes to knowing what your referee is in your life, you basically have to build from within and not worry about the referees or the people around you because they're the ones who can help you with the rules and understand that sometimes when you break the rules, they can keep you in check just a little bit. So I just wanted you to understand a little bit about the referee side of that one. The next portion is the opposing coaches.
Yeah.
Now, okay, these people are different. They have some skills and great amounts of influence.
Yeah.
They are also masterful minds to having no into no intentions of allowing you to be successful. So by them saying that they have now opposing coaches, I'm gonna be honest with you. Most opposing coaches, the opposing coaches I know, they study the person. They study you. So you're already being studied by the opposing coaches on how are you as a person and as a player. They're learning all of your skills before those skills are actually being made. They actually learning what you can do before you even know about yourself. They know more about you. So an opposing coach mostly, can be somebody that knows you automatically already. Like that one opposing coach that I can really understand is the one that
She's
I
back.
thought you broke.
She's back.
uh-oh. The opposing
Where
coach
she
that I
go?
usually know is my coach, I can tell you one about my band director because his name was Mr. Walter Harley in high school. And my man, when he came in, he played for the P Funk Parliament Funkadelics on the drum set.
Mm-hmm.
And when he came in, he wasn't playing. He was like, "You guys, you kids are not that good. I'm gonna make y'all real good." I was like, "What? Dang, I thought I was good." Oh no. He was
Yeah.
like, "No." He was like, "No, you need a tutor. You need this. You need that." I was like, "Man, I'm on a football team. I'm on a baseball team. I'm on a wrestling team. I'm on everything." He like, "Well, you about to be just in band." I'm like, "What? That's not happening. That's not happening." This dude really tore into what I was trying to do in my life to make me better as a musician. But he gave me the stability to make me one of the great musicians that I feel as though I am today. Because his will, his imposing will of this is how good you need to be and how much you need to practice. Now, I don't know how the kids are nowadays, but I'm trying to tell you, he wasn't playing no games.
Okay.
And as an opposing coach, he knew everything about me, what my flaws was. Like whenever I was playing a wrong note, he knew, hey, man, you wasn't playing
Mm-hmm.
that right note, and you keep missing that note, and you keep missing that note. Like, what's going on? Are you practicing? Are you tired? What's going on? These are certain things that he kind of knew about me that was gonna make me better. Like he knew I had an attitude. I didn't want to do what everybody else was doing. I wanted to be better than everybody else. Like he knew all this, so
Yeah.
he used that against me to make me a much better, more rounded person. Like, hey man, you gotta keep all them little problems you got inside. You can't just lash out on people. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. It's like, no, you can't just be beating him up. You actually gotta really like talk to him about it. If he doesn't like it, you gotta tell him, hey, you don't like it. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So he kind of let you know.
Yeah.
But these are one of your opposing coaches. So do you have any opposing coaches that you had to that impose their will into making you a little bit better? Because I'm telling you, most opposing coaches know the player before they actually even play against you.
Yeah, it's crucial.
Okay, what do you
Mm-hmm.
mean? What do you mean?
Well, I shouldn't even be trying to talk with my mouth filled, but
No,
um,
you should.
when you're trying to grow, you can't always see. I might have mentioned in another show, there's parts of us that we can't see.
Okay.
And we can always, and that others can see, that actually shows up every time you show up. And the worst thing you could be is unconsciously unconscious or unconsciously conscious to that degree. I think that the opposing coaches pull you out of that because they put you in situations and challenge you to be better, do better, expand, and move out with it. I've had those type of people that and they only make you better. They draw out the best in you. And sometimes it's not pretty. I mean, if you expect it to operate at a certain level, especially since you talk about professional sports, you have to be willing to do what others aren't. And you have to have self-awareness. So if a coach is being hard on you and trying to move you towards a more effective way of playing, of developing your skills, then that's good. They just kind of run in with you shotgun because if you like a superstar and you're already good, you got huge amounts of talent, you may feel that you're infallible, but you're
Mm-hmm.
not. And so let me see, an opposing coach that I've had, especially in grade school, boy, everybody got them tough teachers that beat you down and tell you how you got to act, at least back when we could get beat down. And so you think you're trying to develop one behavior and they're right here to stop you from that because that behavior is not going to serve you. And I think that's what being an opposing coach is. I got mentors like that. Sometimes, when you're young in your career, you might not have confidence in your ability, but you're young and you're brilliant at that point. I think I'm talking to myself right here. And
Okay.
because some things are competitive, you may not have the proper type of self-efficacy, how you truly view yourself as it matches to how reality view you. And you might be very valuable, very skilled, and you may have low efficacy moments where you may not feel that way. And so that's where an opposing coach come in, shake you up, and ask you what you doing with this. I mean, you're all this, and this. This is not
Right.
indicative of the excellence that you operate in. So, and so they have more like a way of focusing you back to the essence of who you are, why you do what you do, and so on and so forth. So I think opposing coaches are great. They could probably be harsh and make you want to cry sometimes. But once the tears and pain is over, then come the good times.
What about you, Miss D?
Wow, I love how you broke that down because I was like opposing coaches. I don't know if but the way you broke that down made it very clear for me because I can say right now, number one, my husband and my best friend. The two of them are my two opposing coaches that snap me out of it. Because sometimes, I could go into, or before I would go into, low self-esteem mode. And, my best friend is really great at snapping me out of that. Hey, you're great. What do you mean?
Now
my
this is
say.
not the actual coach. This is the opposing coach.
Yeah, but they want you to be victorious, but they see you behaving in ways that you're not going to be because it's not conducive to it. From what I read, from what you said, an opposing coach is somebody that gives you the facts, and it ain't pretty, and it may make you feel bad, but the end result is excellence. And so what D
Right.
is saying, yeah,
Because you mentioned your music coach.
yeah,
To fail, wanted you to succeed. So
yeah.
that's how I see it.
Yeah. Okay. That's why I was saying that, Miss D. That's why I went to you on that entire topic because I wanted you to give me what your opposing coach would be like because technically, you know, he might not be the best guy, but to me the guy was really. I
But see,
mean,
my husband though. But I'm
yeah.
telling you the truth. My husband is very blunt
Okay.
and I don't know how to describe it. Like he'll tell you, like, man, that's messed up, but he'll tell you in a nice way. But sometimes it's like not a nice way, but it's a nice way. You be like, did he really just say that? He
Was
really
it? It's
just say
like you
that.
think it's sarcastic?
But he said it was the truth. No, it's
Okay.
just kind of like a really like just dry bluntness, like, baby. Okay, laundry. I hate laundry, baby. Baby, you said feng shui in the home brings about peace and energy flows and the chi flows. Now there's millions of clothes on the floor. You need to do something about it.
Oh,
You said feng shui was important. Like that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Giving my words back to me, telling me what I wanted to do versus what he's saying. He's my opposing coach. Now you said this, but
yep.
what I'm saying is not what you said. So
Right. I got
you
you.
may want to start doing what you said you wanted to do.
I
That's my
got
thing.
you. I got you. I got
That's
you.
my thing.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So I be feeling some type of way about it, but he ain't doing nothing but telling me the truth.
Well, okay. Well, now I want to say, you guys, you guessed it. You guessed it. The main source of this all is actually the opposing player. These are your real haters. These are the people that can actually do something about your success. Why? It's because they are wearing the opposing jerseys and will do anything it takes to beat you. So, what do you guys think about your opposing players, the other dynamite players on the opposite team that you are playing your life against? You trying to back them down.
I mean, they are a factor, but they're also a non-factor. So I'll put it like this: you can. It's a sort of a measuring stick of kind of a where you need to be. But as long as you go as hard as you can go and achieve your highest level of success, if you beat them, you beat them. If you don't, you don't. But as long as you know you've achieved and have gone as hard as you can go, then that's the goal. But for me, your opposing team is, yeah, you got to understand what you're up against. You got to understand the competition. You got to understand the market. You got to understand, who you're competing against. But when it's all said and done, at the end of the day, they're a non-factor in your success. But you do have to know who you're competing against and what you're up against. But as far as your success goes, they're a non-factor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Miss Marcella, what you think about that? It's
Well,
non-factor. They're a non-factor.
yeah, I have two thoughts about that. One is iron sharpens iron. So if you're a winner, you only want to be on the field with other winners because the victory is all the more better. So in the sense of healthy competition, it's nothing wrong with that. The unhealthy part comes in when it's people close to you, like your family, your husband, your best friends. Um, if you're trying to achieve and your husband or your wife doesn't believe in your dreams, then that could have a hating result because you have a very serious battle going on court in your own home.
Okay.
And so it's like we said before though, if you aren't matched with the right energy, it could have a degrading result and you could be broken down by it. You owe it to yourself, if you believe in yourself, to remove yourself from that energy, because the truth of the fact of the matter is people change their own self. You can't
That's
change
true.
anybody's mind. So I don't mind competition. Now, as I always say, I live at the intersectionality. I can't say it, intersectionality of race and gender, right? And some would even argue economic is an economic cast. But let's just talk about race and gender. It's different if you're on an even playing field and you great, then the field is even. But if one half of the field, if you're playing basketball, the court is a little lower and you still expected to operate at a high level, it makes the hate a little harder because the winning is skewed against you. So, I don't know why I said intersexuality. I meant to say intersectionality.
Okay.
And so professionally, then it doesn't become about who honestly is the best or who is actually the most deserving of whatever this opportunity is. It becomes a shit show.
Well, I mean, we definitely have talked about a lot of the interacting of the other players and the opposing player, but most of the time you playing against yourself.
Okay.
And if you playing against yourself most of the time and there's other opponents, there's just other factors on them being able to do what you want to do to be successful. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when it becomes to certain things and becoming successful, say like Michael Jordan wasn't even on the varsity team at first, but he shot 1,000 shots every day until he played the next season and made the varsity team, and then he actually became the man he was because of his practice habits, not because he shot 1,000 shots at one time. It's because he kept doing it every day to be able to create the shot that he created in order for him to make the shots every day. By me saying that, the opponents that you play against, you're going to have to be able to strengthen yourself to make yourself great, and then by them playing you, you automatically match your skills up against them to see how good your skills are, whether you need to enhance your skills a little bit more to be better than the next person, or all five, or do you have to just be able to enhance your skills by creating something special within yourself to make yourself do what no other person has done. So that does play an important role on understanding what opponents you're playing against. Are you playing against yourself, or are you playing against the people that's going against you within the skills that you have and the skills that they have together? So that does play an important role, but it all comes on how you practice. You have practice skills, your habits on. If you do this skill every day, you're definitely going to be better than the next person that's just now moving into the field that you're already into. Or if it's something that you like to do, no matter what, somebody that wants to do something that you already like to do, you already have an upper hand on something that you're really gifted on doing all the time. So these are most important things. Michelle, we definitely are talking about the opponent, your actual player, the other person that you're going against, and what entire role do they play in making you successful, or whether they win or you lose. What is your actually, understanding on the other opponent, the other player?
That's where we're gonna have a problem. Because if I'm staying in my lane and I'm continue being successful and they still win over me, That's some humbling pie right there. Oh, seriously, that's some humbling pie for me to take in. But overall, I still move on because they won. Okay, they won. What else do y'all want from me? What else can I do? You know, I'm just gonna continue doing what I need to do to get my job done and keep on moving. And maybe me just being humble will show them the character in me, even though I'm cussing everybody out on the inside and I don't cuss. You see what I'm saying? I'm mad, but I'm not gonna let you know that. I'm not gonna let you know that you affected me by giving the person that's, you know, the true opposing person, you know, what I was working to get to. Just keep
Okay.
on moving. Because if that door shuts, something better is gonna open. Listen, I always believe in the word. If you sow good, you reap good. Okay. If what's another one? Your gifts, let's see, something about your gifts will make room for you.
Okay.
So if a door closed for me, trust me when I say if I did everything right, God has a bigger door to open for me. For an example, one person, like a opposing person, let me go, and I had the department so like running and going that when really I was laid off, and soon as I left, everything that I had structured, locked down, you know, people that could act the fool didn't act the fool. How about when I left, everybody act the fool? And I purposely went back the next week to say, how's everything going? Miss Black, what happened? That's what y'all bug get for letting me go. See, that's how I see it. I'm just saying. Because I had a better opportunity to come that following week. I got laid off. I had a better opportunity to come later on. So you just never know. It's just how your character and your personality, how you perceive it, how you act upon it, you know, that speaks volumes. But I will be mad though. I'll let you know that. I will
So we
be mad.
talking about the other player, the other person that you backing down against, the other player that you trying to shoot the ball against, and they trying to play defense against you. We talk about the actual player that you going against that's trying to build their success off of you.
Oh,
These acts.
I wouldn't allow that to happen.
Okay,
I'm
okay, okay. What?
I'm not no fool. You're not gonna use me as the stumping stone for you to get higher. Hell no.
Miss Miss
Look, no,
Miss
no.
D, what did you think about that, Miss D? What is your synopsis on the opposing player?
I mean, I've already said, you know, the opposing player is the measure that you have to kind of know where you need to be skill wise and competition wise. When it comes to your success, I still feel like your opponent is a non-factor because as long as you know you win as hard as you can, then for me it's a success. I mean, you made it to the championship game. You may not have won the championship, but if you played your heart out and did your absolute best, then how can you say you weren't a success, even though you didn't win the championship? So it's just mindset, you know.
See, I like that. Take
They
the
can help.
Olympics.
They can help drive you. They can help push you, you know. But when it's all
Well,
said and done, they're a non-factor in my.
they actually playing defense against you. They will block your shot, hit you in the head, commit technical fouls, dunk all over you if you let them. So pay very close attention to these kinds of people in your life because they are the ones that the real haters. They're the people that literally are the defensive postures on your they're the defensive posters on your court. So they basically are swatting at all of your shots, stealing all of the passes. These are sometimes the people that's in the background. But most of all, but for the most part, the opposite player will be the starting. They will be staring at you right in the face, behind a center, losing all of your paperwork, not accepting your applications, not calling you back for an interview. telling your boss unkind things, like Michelle said. These are
Yeah,
these are more than just one type of people. These are basically the people that's basically trying to be the defenders to basically block they're the interceptors. You know what I'm saying?
still non-factor.
They the ones who catch the fumbles when you fumble the ball. They the ones who pick up the fumble.
Still non-factors.
Okay, well you
And
saying
that's what
they
we gotta get. We gotta get to the point of where we understand that
okay.
it's yin and there's yang. You know, when you have those positive forces in your life, you're gonna get the same equal negative forces in your life, and it's just part of the process. So even if you have people fighting against you, they still can't stop your success. If you have people destroying your paperwork, well, maybe they destroy paperwork for something that will really work out long term at the end of the day for you. I mean, it takes a lot to get there, and I'm not all the way there because I still get upset when things aren't exactly on my way, when I want them. But then I got to realize, wait a minute, it's gonna work out because I'm in the energy of everything is flowing in my favor. So it's just gonna work out. So
Okay.
even if you have that opposition can still work in your favor. So again,
So you
you
saying
know
through
when you
all
know
those
what your success
transgressions?
looks like and you believe wholeheartedly that you will achieve that success and you've done everything you can to get there and
Mm-hmm.
you have opposition, the opposition is still a non-factor.
Okay.
Can I
Okay.
say something on that?
Of course.
Use the Olympics. We've seen, you know how gymnastics, for instance, everybody has their favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much everybody knew, and we know sometimes, the different competitions, the um the judges, renege the scores and all that stuff.
Okay.
No, seriously, things like that happen. They know the system, they know how to do it. But use the gymnastics, when what's that girl's name? Simone Biles came. Pretty much everybody had their favorite or who they wanted
Okay.
to win. It was between somebody in Russia or China, because hands down they good too. I mean, just it is what it is. But when she came on the map, the other person still, the other person probably, I can't remember, but the other person probably still won, but and they was the oppressor, but they had to work extra hard because you had somebody coming in that had the same skills as you, but some people were starting to look at them. You see what I'm saying? They still won, and even though she knew she did the best, nines, tens, whatever, half of a tenth, you know how they like to say all that, half of a tenth of a second, you know, that she lost
Mm-hmm.
because the other person, they still gave it to the other person. If that did happen, as much as she tried, she still lost. I mean, that's a perfect example of what the Molly was talking about. She still gave her best. You see what I'm saying? She was
Mm-hmm.
right there to the point. You had to make me bronze versus gold because I was half of a tenth of a second from gold. So like the Molly said, just keep moving forward because you gave this strategy of basketball, how to keep blocking, how to keep
Mm-hmm.
doing strong defense. If you are an observer and you see how they move, you can move around that. Do you understand what I'm saying? You could tell your teammates, hey, they're going to come this way, so I need you to go that way so I can go for the shot. You just got to know. You just got to know the moves and just know how to work around it. And if
Yep,
you
or
can't,
elevate and dunk on them.
exactly. And if you can't do it, still do your best. Try your best to win that game. Because if the referees are interfering, oh, you might as well hang that up if they're gonna call a foul on you every time. But if you know that you got the referees and the opposing team going against you, still do your best because everybody's gonna notice what you're doing. Trust me on that, and it's gonna come back in your favor the next time you do it all over again.
See, I never wanted to put that part in there. I never wanted to put the actual teammates and how you use your teammates to defeat the other opponent. On whether you have somebody that's taller or smaller, or just we're quicker, or we're just, we have different attributes that nobody else has. These are some phases that I don't really try to get people to understand about themselves, or what type of attribute could they use to the team. You know what I mean? What can you bring to the table that's actually going to be the last shot? Are you the one to take the winning shot, or are you the one to pass me the ball? Like, are you the one to bring the ball down court? Are you the one to actually put the ball in play? All of these people make the difference on whether you're going to even receive the ball to even shoot the shot. So that makes the whole point of being able to be a important role of playing defense against somebody that's playing against you, because you might be able to play offense, but their defense is, you can be using their defense as your offense. So that's a part that you have to really understand, whether they either really pressing you hard, or whether they really further back to see whether you're going to shoot the shot so they can try to block it. So these are different type of ways that you have to be able to outwit your opponent. And in fact, this is your everyday life on how you're going to be able to outwit the normal human being. How are you able to actually go against their defense? Because right now, that's the type of life you're living. You're living a whole, sport life where you everybody's playing defense, whether it's a bill, whether it's your time, whether it's just people that you're dealing with on your everyday affairs. That's some type of ball playing you're playing. You're playing some type of sport. You might not give it a name, but this game you playing right now, are you really winning the game? Are you really trying to, make it your game? Or are you trying to understand your game? There's a whole different factor on these five signs of betrayal, basically jealousy and haters and envy. You got to really know what you're playing against and what you're going against, and are you putting yourself in this powerful play of action, whether you're able to play this game, or you're able to actually let the game play you. So that's a very big important role. So by me asking you guys these questions, I like to ask, manly questions. What's the modern manly thing? Because manly questions. I have women on here that men need to know these questions. I need to know. I need to know. I just need to know. So by me asking these questions, I want to know what does it take to be able to keep a woman? What does it take to be able to keep everything about her that never changes? Some things that you want to never change. And I want to know how you keep a woman, how are you able to keep her personality, keep everything whole, keep it together. No matter what you go through in your trials and tribulations, how are you able to be kept? So Damali, I'm gonna ask you, since you are expert at this point in time, how are you?
Expert.
You're an expert. How are you able to be kept, Damali?
First of all, just don't be an asshole. Step one.
Okay.
Step two, just let me be me, let me be me. Let me be good. Let me be great. Let me fail, and let me be comfortable in every step of it, and be supported in every step of it. Um, you know, just knowing that you are fully protected, knowing that you can count on your husband to protect you is everything for me. Um, I just, you got to be strong. You got to be able to protect me. That's a big one for me. And then can we grow? Can we grow together? I'm on a mission to grow and shift my mindset, and move to higher heights and new levels. And if we can't do that together, then it's not going to happen for our family, because it can't be just one of us doing that. So
Okay.
somebody that I can definitely grow with, and not out of. So I think those are three pretty important things for me.
Okay. What about you, Miss Michelle?
Oh shoot, we don't have all night to hear what I gotta say. But anywho, um, um, So I like what Damali said, grow with me. One thing I saw in my relationships was the fact that they were so quick to tell me what my flaws were, but they wanted me to accept and understand their flaws.
Okay.
So if you want me to submit, instead of putting down what you see in me that, I'm probably continue to work on, we all got flaws. Love those flaws out of me. You see what I'm saying? Don't downplay me. Don't be like, well, a real woman. Hey, a real woman, well, you with me. So, and you told me I was a real woman. Now all of a sudden I ain't a real woman because I did this. So love your flaws out of me to make me be able to be willing to submit. Be like, hey, baby, I understand this is you, but can we not do that? Because this is what it show me what it does to you or what it may be perceived to other folks to help me to understand. You understand what I'm saying? Don't just
Okay.
tell me not to do it because I said so. The hell with that. Explain to me, well, what do you mean? What did it do? How did it make you feel? Something. But allow me to grow with me, love my flaws out of me, because I'm definitely gonna be loving your flaws and understanding your flaws and compromising with your flaws. So communicate with me. I'm a detailed person, and I know what it means to shut down mentally and not communicate. So I don't
Okay.
need another person to communicate. I can't read minds. So if
But
I do,
you be shutting down too. You already told us you like to shut down.
I do. I work on that. I really do work. Now, if you hurt me, oh yeah, I will literally shut down on you if you hurt me. But communicate with me because I see now from past experience, I see now what it does, and it hurts relationships. It hurts a man. So if you tell me, well, how am I supposed to? I can't read your mind. That I'm saying the same thing to you. So if I see something going on with you, and you be like, hey, babe, what's going on? You okay? You want to talk about it? Nah, I'm okay. All right, then. I'll be back in 2 hours to see if you okay, if you want to talk about it. Because when we go to bed that night, and I do something or say something wrong, and you flip too. Because I gave you the chance to talk about it. So communication is a key to me. And 3, if you want me to understand your business or where you want to go and I help build you, don't get your pride and your ego get into you. Well, if I start succeeding and and growing too, or want to do something, you be like, "Oh, baby, let's just put that aside because I'm growing and my business is flowing." Excuse me? You see what I'm saying? It's not one-sided. Just like you got dreams and passions, I got dreams and passions too. My behind ain't just supposed to sit up in this house and make a beautiful home. I got things I would like to do too. So yeah, I told you you would have to have, you don't have all night, but those are the main ones for me. Don't tell me let's do me first and then we'll do you, and then you turn around renege and say, oh baby, let's hold off on your business because the business for us is flowing. We we're making a lot of money. No, that's not where my heart is. That's where your heart is. It's just my job to make sure you get to that point.
Okay. And what about you, Marcella?
Hey, it's a lot, and I'm going to claim what we say we want. But oftentimes I'll say, you said how to keep a woman, but I don't think this is true for all women. More than likely, I'm describing what I want.
That's all we need. That's all we need. We don't need nobody else's opinion.
So, but these, I think it's going to resonate with other women. I think that most women want a whole person. We don't want somebody that their life done broke in half, and they bringing you all their baggage. So we want a whole person with a healthy mind and really healthy body too, because you may want to travel, spend quite a bit of time with this person, but the heart don't lie. You can't kind of if you fall in love and they and they're not healthy, then it is what it is. It's okay. But definitely share values and interests because you have to meet somewhere. It don't have to be perfect, but you have to meet somewhere. So that's important for me in all my relationships. At least share values, and some type of interest together, interest in each other. So the next one is trustworthiness because if you can't trust a person, they sitting there lying every day, then what type of relationship you have? So I think these are a lot of things. Reason why some women stay, but some women leave. I mean, it all depends on what you want as a woman. I would love a loving and caring guy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I haven't had it, but that's very important. I mean, you want to at least know somebody care about you.
Right.
Somebody safe. You want to feel safe because, like I said, I mean, if the person not a whole person, they crazy, you could have an abusive situation going on. And you want to feel special and loved. It goes back to, I mean, if you care about me, do you even love me? You ideally, if you being kept that long, you get married, you want to know that the person you with have some type of special type of feeling. And then last but not least, I mentioned interest, but the most important thing for me is the feel. Excuse me. Dang. I think I'm getting emotional.
Oh, you about to fall out on us right there?
No, I was eating crackers, and I think I actually got a cracker in my throat.
Oh my!
Yeah, I think I do. So you want to feel valued. It goes, so many women, we do so much around the house, and so your man come home and your husband come home to a beautiful home that you've created for them. You at least want to feel valued, not taken for granted. So I think these are some of the things. It may not be everything for a woman. Some women, money is important. You got to be able to support. But for me, support is many different types of support in addition to money.
Okay.
And I literally got a crumb right here. This is crazy. I mean, it's just sitting right here. Maybe I think it's a cookie crumb. I don't know. Did he fall off?
Yeah, he knocked his own self out of his own show.
Yeah, I would have to say that yeah, that point about support is really on point because my role has changed now. I'm no longer a full-time working wife and mother since I got laid off. And still, I still find myself very busy throughout the day with just different things. And my husband still, most of the time, he doesn't have to touch the dishes. But like tonight, I was rushing to get to the recording, and I heard him downstairs doing dishes after I came upstairs because I couldn't get to him. And usually after the recording, if he hasn't done them, I'll just go down there and do them. But just the little things like that, especially as a Nigerian man, they don't go in the kitchen traditionally. They just don't. But he's really great at adjusting to life as it is in America and coming out of a lot of tradition. No, really, honestly, all of the traditions and the roles that they have there. Like it just if we were in Nigeria, like I just don't believe some of the things would be happening the way they are here. But he's just been wonderful, surprisingly so.
Those small things makes a difference. We
A big
remember
Yes.
those small things. So at the you'll never know when you're gonna get a surprise.
Well, in my factor of what does
Keeping
it
a
really
man.
what does it really take? What does it really take? Just to keep a relationship is I'm a clingy person, to really be honest.
Well, you got to change the question now because the question was how does a man keep you?
But
so you better change that question.
How does a woman
keep me, or how do I
keep? How does a woman keep you?
I'm be honest to you, it's just more about trusting. It's more about just the trust factor of having just really being trusting within self. Like if I can trust you to just call me every day, I'm like happy with that. Like I'm more happy. Like I'm simplistic. Like I know it sounds real corny, but if you was successfully calling me in some type of way, FaceTiming me, just saying what's up, I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not all about, going out and everything. I can do all the cooking and everything, but if you be consistent, consistency kills to me. Like I think you don't have to be the best looking woman if you was just consistent. Like if you just consistent with me, I'm good. Like I don't need
I
a Kim
was
Kardashian. Kim Kardashian don't gotta be consistent with me. All she gotta do is just she can get me if she was, but she not. She not gonna be consistent. You know what I'm saying? And I need consistency in calling
Man,
me
Kimmy
every
Case
day.
is married.
Huh?
Kimmy Case is married.
Kim is not married anymore.
They not divorced yet.
It don't matter. She wasn't consistent, and he wasn't consistent either.
Well, what do you mean by consistency? Because calling you every day is one aspect, but what other consistent stuff are you talking about?
I don't know. Just yeah, that's all I need. I don't need you to
Somebody
tell me.
calling you every day.
Just call me every day. That lets me know how you feeling every day, how you doing every day.
Well, we
You
got red flags again, don't we?
you ain't. I'm just saying
you
you're
Oh
not gonna.
man,
you
I can
You're not gonna sit
imagine
there and
being
not.
in a relationship with you would be so draining for me.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness,
You couldn't
because
call
I
me
am
every day. That's draining.
no. Oh my God, no, no.
What type of
now what?
you talk to your husband every day?
I live with them.
Okay, so we
Okay,
talking
listen,
about
listen, listen.
marriage
Let me
or
start. Let me
a
start.
relationship?
Let me say this. I spent the first couple years of my marriage in a long distance relationship. We were living in two different countries because of the visa process. We did not talk to each other every day. I don't. It's draining. Like we talk to each other like maybe 4 or 5 days out of the week, but not every day. No, we didn't.
What? Okay.
No.
And he not with you right now, is he?
He's downstairs sleeping.
All right then. Wow. Okay.
So wait a minute. Are you talking about being a relationship? Or are you talking about a marriage? Because
My
if
friends
you
call
in a
me every
marriage,
day.
huh?
My friends call me every day.
Okay, but what are you talking about? Are you talking about you want a woman to call you every day
Yes,
in a
that's
marriage or a relationship or both?
period. And that's how she gonna be able to get with me.
So even if she just said she call you and be like, hey, so you pretty much you just want to make sure you her number one. She's always thinking about you. That's what you want to hear, right? Is
I'm
that what you
saying.
really wanted to hear?
All I'm
Just.
saying is I need to at least hear from you, talk to you something every day. It don't matter what it is. It doesn't
I
have
mean,
to be
That's all she
particularly
gotta do.
anything.
you
Just say
you
hi, how you doing, your day's going great. I talk to you later. At least I looked at you, saw you, said something to you. I can't do the I ain't talked to you in like 2 or 3 weeks. That's not gonna work. Like,
I mean, 2 or 3 weeks is extreme, but
Yeah.
1 or 2 days not so extreme.
so
I
pretty
don't know,
much.
Damali.
Wait a minute. So pretty much you're a clingy son of a gun, ain't you?
Oh yes,
Clingy.
clean.
Yeah.
Yes,
You labeled
that's what
yourself
we
clingy
call.
before you said
That's
it.
what we
You
call it.
know,
Do
I'm
you
gonna be
believe in
honest to you.
space?
This
Do you
one
want
woman told me
space?
she was single, and I'm too. I ain't even gonna read you what she wrote, but
But ask.
y'all laughing. I ain't gonna read you what she wrote because it was like, damn. I was like, damn. She was like, I'm single. I'm coming out with my new book, and you too clingy. Like you too clingy. You too mushy. You want to be loved. You like love. You like to be hugged. You like to kiss on me and stuff like that. I'm like, what woman don't want to be hugged and kissed on? What the hell?
Okay, but I like that. I like that too. But I like space. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta give
I'm
more
a love
space.
all on you
You
and
can
give
have
you
all the
all the
space
love
you
you
want
want.
at this point. That's what I
Let me
was
ask
saying.
you a question, Mr. B. Are you a spooner when it's time to sleep, or do you sleep on your side of the bed?
We already know the answer to
It depends.
that.
If I'm tired, I might sleep on my side. But if you have attributes on your body, I might want to hold tight while you're sleeping.
see,
He's a damn no.
see, and my
Listen,
husband knows we cuddle
I
in
can't
cuddle
beat up
time,
right
but when it's
now.
time to sleep, I need you on your side of the bed. I need
For
you on
real,
my side of the bed because I don't need you
ew.
making my sheets hot over here. Stay over there.
And I'm a warm body. If you expect to be cold with me around, don't expect to be cold.
Yeah, nah.
You know what? I guess it's different. It is different strokes for
Different
different
strokes for
folks.
different folks.
What the
I
heck,
mean,
y'all? Y'all
seriously.
sound so like y'all like, he like to be on you while you going to sleep. Like, what the hell?
No, no,
Yeah,
because
Yes, that's
I like.
exactly how I feel about it. Oh my God, you want to be on me while I'm
that's
trying
like a damn chia pet.
to
Oh, she got.
Look at
Oh,
Marcellus. Are you
Oh
serious,
no,
Marcellus?
no, I said like a chia pet. It's a time and a place for everything. But if you have a woman that's busy at work like you, and you see her in the morning and she comes back at night, then it has to be what it has to be because she has her own breath, her own space.
Right,
It
that's no
can't be like that.
problem.
But spooning all night with two hot adults, the air
Y'all making
conditioner
it
would have to
weird
be
to
on
me
ice
now.
all day, all night. I mean, how can
okay,
you sleep? You don't sleep in the same spot. So
okay,
how are y'all
B.
gonna like this restrictive? You can't sleep in the same spot, in the
Now,
same position, same spot, unless
yeah,
you're
now,
drunk.
yeah, the
See,
truth.
I'm not going to even admit none of this. I'm not going to
Yeah,
admit to
You
nothing
the
right
one
now.
that
Y'all making
brought
me
it
seem
up.
he don't know. He hasn't named one attribute such as kindness, dedication, nothing.
no,
All
calm.
because
you
I
gotta
don't.
do is call him and
I said
spoon.
she gotta be consistent. That's dedication right there.
No, it's
You
not.
never named the attributes. You could be consistently a jerk off.
I don't need that. I need consistent talking. I don't know about all this extra stuff that y'all don't like spooning. Damn, like hold on
Not
now.
all
Okay,
night. I mean, it's
Not all night. I can't
wait
sleep.
a
7 days
minute.
a week. How you gonna get any sleep with somebody all up on you like that, or
Oh
you all up on
yes,
somebody?
that's the
Wait,
loving part. Like
wait
yes,
a
we can
minute.
do it at any time. Like
Mm.
you get the
He's
chance
retarded.
to mingle, let's mingle. Like yes.
Okay, B. I
Yeah,
understand it. I'm clingy. I'm clingy. And I love all the loving, but I love my space too. So there's just days I'll be like, "Hey, babe, I love you and all, but
So
give me a kiss before I
y'all women want
hug."
space. I saw y'all wanted space. That don't make
No,
sense.
I'm not
Nah, that's
talking
not all
about
I want.
space. But my thing is, this is gonna be days I'm busy, and you're not gonna hear from me. So if I text you, be like, "Hey, thinking of you," but you didn't hear my voice. Take that as communication and move on.
I'm probably not even gonna text you, to be honest.
For real? Oh my God.
You might go 1 or 2 days without hearing from me. It just is what
What
it
type
is.
of mess is that?
I mean, sometimes you men now me, you different, but other men they do play that game where they go 1, 2, or 3 days without calling the woman and all that. So you different, but
But why would y'all play the game of not
It's
having
not a
contact
game.
with
It's
the
just
person?
it's for me. It's not a game. It's
it's
just
not a
life.
game.
Life happens.
Exactly.
If you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you get home at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning,
yeah,
go to bed, you go to bed at 9, 10 o'clock at night. There's not a whole lot of time in between all that. And sometimes your days get overwhelming and you go home and you crash and you don't pick up the phone because all you want to do is rest. When you have a demanding job like that, that's where life will take you sometimes. So no, you're not going to pick up the phone and make a phone call just because somebody is clinking and needs a phone call. I'm gonna call you tomorrow when I have like energy and I'm not on fumes and about to just crash and head
yeah,
so much because all I want to do is sleep. Nah, I'm not calling you. And that
Okay.
reality
All
when my
right.
husband was in Malaysia and I was here working in the oil and gas industry and in a manufacturing facility. Like I got home and then our time zones
Are
were off
different.
where
See,
when
that's
I was
different.
trying to call him,
mm-hmm.
he was busy, or when I was free to call him, he would be sleeping. Oh, no, okay, I'll see you
Can't
later.
tell with you.
Yeah, it is what it
That's
is.
different though. Okay, I get
Mm,
that, but I
It's the
don't
same
know.
principle, man.
I would have to reevaluate my thinking of, you
Yeah,
and
know.
give
and
it
dating,
space.
I am not talking to you every day. No
No,
matter how
and
sweet
laying
it
up on
is,
you all every single day.
not no
No,
matter
don't
how
nobody. If
sweet
you're
it
trying
is,
to
not
No,
every
speak,
day.
stop
no,
it.
No,
Stop it.
no,
I'm
it's
not
I
even gonna
ridiculous.
did not.
comment.
I did not.
It's
Y'all not
ridiculous.
going. Y'all gonna be like, oh, Mr. B. Now I'm not gonna comment because my comment is a little outrageous right now for
Mm-mm.
television, TV.
No,
But
but my thing is, I
y'all
mean, it's
definitely be laying there. Stop it.
I'm on your side, B. How you feel? There's nothing wrong with it. Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah,
It's just that you will also have to respect if that person gives you, hold on, gives you, oh, sorry, whatever, gives you, I mean, if that person gives you what you want, and then they be like, hey, babe, don't go get all mad when they pause a little bit if they're giving you what you want and what you like.
But see,
That's
But
you know
they're not
what?
giving him what he
You know
wants if they're
what?
not calling. That's the
It was
point.
at
okay.
one point
Well,
where
then he needs to know
I trusted
you.
this one girl, right? And then I took it amongst myself to drive like an hour and 30 minutes away to see
Red
her and
flag.
everything. And I
Red
just
flags.
talked to her. I just talked to her on the
Girl,
phone.
okay, what we doing over there?
Wait. Let him finish the story. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Go ahead.
It's her birthday. I'm like, I got all these gifts, everything.
Did she know you were coming?
No.
That's red flags. I told you,
When
red
I
flags.
came down there, an hour and 30 minutes later, she didn't even pick up her phone
I wouldn't
until
have
like
either.
3 days later.
I wouldn't have either.
Yeah, nah.
For real,
No, you got some codependent issues.
you wouldn't have picked up your phone on your
Yeah,
birthday?
codependency all the way. If that's true, you can't function on your own, and your thinking and behavior is that organized around another person. So it's almost like a light form of obsession to a degree because connecting with that person.
Well, that just
But
mean I
seriously, I
can't
mean, come
trust
on.
her.
You're talking about preoccupied with needing to be with others. I mean, what is
Ah,
it?
so you
I
be
don't
able to
want
trust
to.
that person?
I'm saying a codependent person got to be up on you, got to talk to you all day, every day. Drive large amounts of distances without calling and making prearrangements. That's a person that's preoccupied with
Uh,
needing to be with me. It's kind of unnerving. It's
I
almost
ain't with
working
her.
on obsession. I mean, you can't. It,
That's one way that's the reason why I ain't
yeah,
with her either. Like, yeah.
Yeah, y'all
nah,
wouldn't. Now, let me tell you about the phone though. So for me, I can honestly say that it will. Sometimes it does take me 2 days to respond to a text message or 2 days to call you back because I'm just. First of all, I don't walk around the house with my phone stuck to my body. That's one thing I don't do. Like some
Okay.
people just walk around with the phone attached to them. I will
yeah,
set the phone down upstairs in my bedroom and go downstairs for 4 hours and forget about that phone. Not
yes,
give a damn about that phone. You know what I'm
yes.
saying? Like
Okay.
it's just that's just how I live life. I will leave my phone in the car overnight and then eventually charge it.
But if they know that, they know that you're
You
not
know that
a
you know
phone
what I'm saying?
person,
Like,
then that's
but
different. Like
but when you're
I
in a
know
dating
people that's not
scenario,
phone people. Like
yeah,
I
but
know
you're
that. I know girls that's not phone girls. Like they just won't be around their phone on purpose. I get that part. I know people that just work all the time or say they working all the time and not be around their phone. So trust me, I get that part. I'm just
but
telling
this is
y'all
somebody
what
who was supposed to
I
be
like.
around the phone and just ghosted on you for 2 days.
I'm just telling y'all what I like. I like a consistent person, somebody that's gonna call me, let me know they doing all right, just like a daily. What's up? What's going on with you? You all right? You cool? You good? I'm good, and that just
well,
lets me know that we
well,
good. You know what I'm
well,
saying? That just
my thing is
puts them
this.
more up front than a person that will call me a month later trying to see how I'm doing. I'm just saying they
Well,
get
that's different. A month
they
later.
get
A
seniority.
month
You know what
later.
I'm saying? Seniority is what I'm
But
saying.
my
You
thing
got to lay
is
out
this,
the whole
B.
situation, B. You got to hang out. Hey, you just got to say the whole situation because it's always more unfolding.
And
It's always
and
more unfolding with you.
and then
Yeah, I
plus
get it.
B. In your case, your woman, whoever you meet, she gotta like the same thing you like, cause baby, you wouldn't be able to handle an opposite attract type of woman. You will kick her to the curb so quick because of the fact that she do not meet your requirements, and I have a strong feeling if she don't meet your requirements, that's a major deal breaker with you. So for you, you need the same type of person that
Well,
likes the
women like
same
that too. It's
things.
okay.
Yeah,
Women do the
everybody's
same
like
thing
that.
I'm
Everybody
doing
has
all
their
the
deal
time.
breakers. Everybody has their deal
Yeah,
breaker.
if that is a deal breaker, or make sure somebody has the same chemistry as you. But if you affectionate, get somebody else that's affectionate.
Okay.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Right.
talking about.
Okay, I
Because
see what
Yeah,
you're saying. I see what you're
because
saying.
you, bruh, I like what you like too, but doggone it, I still need my space.
yeah.
I don't know about that. Y'all like spooning. I like my neck
Not
being
all
I
night.
kissed
do, but I
on.
can't.
Like,
Not
I
all
can't
night.
sleep
I
while I
love
like to
look,
spoon while awake. I cannot
Yeah,
sleep and spoon.
not yeah.
You can't be up on me
exactly.
while I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, no.
you can't take the extra
Nah, if
while
you
you
trying to wake
sleeping.
me up in the middle of the night, that's different. But spooning me while I'm
Exactly.
sleeping is different.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
trying to you be like, woo, boy, I'm trying
How
to
did we
sleep.
get into this subject right
I don't
here?
know.
I
What's the
don't know
next
how
topic?
we
What's the next
Next
topic?
question.
Oh my God, we're not even gonna go on no next topics on this one. We was talking. Oh my
We want to
God.
stay on this
Okay.
one.
Because
Oh my
you
God.
know
How did
why?
I
Because
even
we need to all retire from Mr. B's relationship
Yeah,
segment.
shenanigans,
his relationship
relationship
stuff is always
shenanigans?
crazy.
listen, B
Your
Oh my
relationships are
God.
bananas.
How did we get?
B
Because
Man,
I was
come on.
last on that one. That's what happened.
wait a minute. Wait a minute, B. When the Lord bless you with her, please make sure we all got personal invitations because we've had to endure and counsel and give you the therapy that you need. So we definitely gonna be sitting on the broom side saying, yes, hallelujah.
Y'all had to
Instead of
endure. Y'all had to endure it. For real, I can't believe I'm listening talking to
Yeah,
women
man,
that don't like spooning. Like
you
what?
talk about some real rules, man.
Some real
but
rules.
overall, B, we
Bullshit
got your
rules.
back. That's what you gotta
Nah,
realize.
these
We
ain't
got your
bullshit
back.
rules. These some real rules.
I'm
These
kidding.
some
I'm
real
kidding.
rules.
I'm
These
kidding. I'm
real life
kidding.
rules.
I'm
Like
kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm trying to see what y'all about. Y'all not even trying to hear me. Y'all in your own world trying to give me y'all rules and on my rules. Nah, I want to hear what y'all rules are and how effective the man can get to y'all. Like what's going on? That's what I
Just
need to know. I need to know that. I need
but
to know
I
that.
want him clingy, but I want him to give me my space too. We can't always be clinging to the hip. I gotta
Yeah.
live and breathe and do what I do.
I need a go with the flow type of brother.
Oh, just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Marcella?
Well, one that respects his moms and really like women. Because that's another thing. If you got yourself an ambivalent man, then you got yourself a problem.
What you mean
Because he,
respect his moms?
well, I'm just saying because like if you have you ever thought about it? Suppose your mom was in a profession that you didn't respect on drugs and you really had a hard life. You're not
Uh-huh.
going to like her. So if you're a man, even if you're a woman who don't like your father, it's very different. It's very difficult in relationships because you have that resentment and animosity running through your core. So what I'm saying is there's some men that claim they like women, but they do
Don't.
everything to degrade them. I don't really like how
Wow.
Kevin Samuels talked to the women on his show. He may have
Who
some valid points, but to me,
who
you know, I can't, Mr. Samuels.
The dude we talked about him earlier. You remember us talking
Yeah.
about Doctor Love?
Well, I don't know, but the thing is that like it's one thing when I say a person that likes women, the way Dee explained, her husband lovingly,
Right.
have course corrections with her as an agreement in their home, and vice versa because she loved her man, her husband, then she respectfully, adhere and kind of like they work together in unison to create a because people use the word submissive too much, to submit
Mm-hmm.
to, but it's just more or less
They have
they
a
have
bond.
they have a harmonious house because there's some give and some take, but it's given in love. So yeah, it's important that a man like his mom and actually like women, because if you actually a friend to your woman and you actually like her, you're not going to do anything that's going to destroy her. And so
Okay.
that's why I said it. If you could start with just liking women and liking your mom, that means you could respect women. You don't objectify us. You know how hard it is, and then you can speak to this. Okay, so you got a brain between your ears. You might be, somebody find you attractive, but the only thing they could do is objectify you physically. It makes it harder because everybody wants to be seen as a person. So okay, yeah, I find you attractive. I hope you find me attractive, but I hope you don't see me as a sex blow up doll or something. That's more than that's more than what I am. So when I say a man that love and respect women, if you don't respect women in that sense, you can't build with it because all you see her as is an object, and that's why women don't like men spooning all damn night because, you know, who the heck wants a chia pet on their back? Okay. Y'all be sweating. Don't nobody got time for that, right?
This mug, y'all are
Yeah,
hilarious
yeah.
tonight.
Don't
What
nobody
did I
got
get
time for that,
myself
right, G?
into?
And
You
wait
know,
a
we
minute,
can get it
Marcella.
in.
Right.
Huh?
Wait a minute.
And
Wait a
then you
minute,
go on the
Marcella.
cycle, huh?
Don't let us just have finished taking a shower. Now you got me back all up and dirty and smelly and stuff.
Y'all
No,
are off the hook tonight.
Yeah.
no.
This
Are
is the
y'all
time and the place. I
serious?
say
Well,
cuddle,
I don't
yeah,
have a
but let
problem
me
with
have
that
my
one,
space and
Michelle.
sleep. Yeah, let me have my space and sleep. Let me have my space and sleep.
So you want your space and sleep? Okay.
Yeah, I
All
mean,
right.
I don't mind cuddling and doing the other things that people do together. I don't mind doing that, but I'm saying, like, come on now. Most people sleep anywhere from 6 to 8 hours, 8 if they lucky, but most people only get really 4 to 6 hours, right? Especially if you got kids.
If you with
So
me,
you
I
need.
hope you don't get no sleep.
That's what I'm saying. So, but then a lot of guys will consider
See,
women to be the ones that should take care of the kids when they get up in the middle of the night. So like that's that needy, clingy BS you was talking. No, that's some bullshit. I'm just gonna put it out there like that. Some bullshit.
and I'm gonna tell you why it's some bullshit.
Thank you. Please do.
Because my husband had the same mentality too.
I can't
When we
stand
when we
y'all.
first when he first came here, I'm his wife. He's a husband. He has a right. We should be able to yeah, but I have to get up at 4:30 in the morning. So no, you can't wake me up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, bro, 9, 10 o'clock at night. Let's get it on and then let me sleep. Like, don't no, you can't wake me up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
No, so
I slept
okay,
up
for
at
you, no
4:30 at
spooning at certain times because you
night.
got a
4:30 in
job. I
the
get
morning.
that
Wait, no,
part.
you can't do that.
I got that. Oh my
So
God, what
yeah,
did I
you
get
gotta
my
be that. That's a
what
thing.
You got to
Like
be
to
strategic.
hope that your woman doesn't sleep through the night.
what did I get myself into tonight?
You
Oh,
better
you
know that
tripping?
Okay.
that woman has to function during the day.
Yeah,
And
okay.
you want it to look good. You know what I'm saying? You want it to look good. You want to get
Bags
up,
under the
look all
eyes because
sexy.
you ain't
Yeah.
getting no sleep.
I'm not going. You know what? I'm gonna let this. I'm gonna leave this
Bad
whole
breath and
comment
all that
alone.
You know
stuff.
what, Mr. B? I hope that we can help you see a little more reality.
Nothing. Not tonight. Not tonight.
No, he drove an hour and a half
Unannounced.
unannounced.
He
That
texted
I
that
me
now
wasn't able
that
to do it either. I'm like,
listen,
oh, that's
if
that crazy
if
that's
guy.
we were if
that's
we
some
were dating
that's a
and
clingy
you
On your
BS right there.
birthday, so you don't want your gifts? Okay.
wait a minute, no. But if we
There's
go
always some
some
more
kind of a
coming up.
dating situation and we in different cities and you just gonna think you're gonna pop up on me unannounced and you an hour and a half away, even if on the way you text me and I saw the text message,
If I told
I
you
would
I'm
just
on
feel
my
kind of
way and you
some type of way
answer, you
about you
like,
popping up on
okay.
me like that.
I expect you to answer the hour and a half later. Yes.
You expect. Oh no.
Okay. On your
You
birthday?
crazy. Well, y'all should have had birthday plans anyway.
Thank you.
True. So don't
Should
come
have
unannounced. Plan stuff with me because you don't know if we was married, it's a different story. But if we're in a relationship, you don't and don't let it be long distance. You don't know what plans I made. So if I communicate
Obviously.
exactly, but that's not fair to her. I don't care if you got gifts or not.
Right. No
I,
rings. Hey,
Don't
I'm
make no plans,
exactly.
huh? No rings, don't make no plans. I
Don't
got
make
you.
no
I
I'm a
may have
plans.
other
I'm gonna stick to that
plans.
mentality for now on too. No ring, don't make no plans. Okay. Okay. You
I would
got
like to speak
warn
on
your
the
plan.
expectations too.
Got
You
different
want to demand
expectations. I
on
got you.
time. A woman, you know what I'm saying? In our community, a lot of times we'll date really long before we get married, right? For the majority. But a woman, like we only have so many years that we could have, eggs and stuff that's viable. And
Mm-hmm.
so that expectation of having somebody's time without any real commitment or being laid up like that, spooning, and there's no real commitment, that's kind of wasting a woman's time. And so if you are a woman that has to get up early in the morning, like Dee said,
Push them over
and
here.
you got somebody trying to monopolize all your time, it's having a distractive effect because you can't function in other areas that's bringing about a certain level of success. You gotta, for women and men alone, man, you gotta build a life full of purpose that gives you gratitude and fulfillment, so that when you get with somebody, it's all the more better. It's not like you needing, you craving them. It's that just don't work for me.
I got you. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, at this time, this unpopular
Wait a minute, does it
opinion, I don't know.
really make sense, Pete? For real? Does it
At
really
this
make
time,
sense?
this unpopular opinion cannot go any more longer. And as I say that this unpopular opinion has been a great, more masterful moment to us because we actually learned about, a little bit about jealousy and envy. We also talked a little bit about, how the sergeant actually was pertaining and putting his life on to other people and assaulting them with a little bit of racism coming behind it. And we talked a little bit about be love, a little bit about be love. Mr. B and his love life and how we can actually benefit from it by seeing some little things that might be red flags, even though I don't think wanting to love a lot is a red flag. I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. I don't see nothing wrong with it. But at this point in time, I am Stradivari Baynard, and Mr. B and I have a music and virtual music and art store. I actually teach kids from the ages from pre-K all the way to the 12th grade, getting them into college readiness, making them talented and building these children's minds to make them great students. Also building and molding them together to make them healthier and providing self-stability and making every student to practice, play, and perform, and making one note at a time to building a bridge within yourself. At this point in time, Miss D, can you give them a little bit about what you do as you leave this opinion?
Hey y'all, I'm Miss D. You can I'm Damali. You can find me on Journey with Damali on Facebook, excuse me, TikTok and Instagram. And Journey with Damali is just a blog where I kind of chronicle my journey of going through life as a mother and a newly found entrepreneur building a business, and then also managing weight loss and mental health. So if you would like to join me, you can find me at Journey with Damali on social media. Also, I am with a nonprofit organization called Our African Family in Houston, Texas. We serve the underserved community of the Fifth Ward, excuse me, Fifth Ward neighborhood in Houston, Texas. We are at Our African Family with a K, ourafricanfamily.org.
What's so funny? He cracking up.
Check us out and support.
I want to know what's in. I want to know what
Hilarious
he was in
tonight.
his cup.
I'm not even going to tell you what's in my cup. Go ahead, Miss Michelle.
B, I hope through all this, we got your back and we love you. We coming to you with love, and that's all there is to it. Hey everybody, Michelle Black here with the Kingdoms Group, which consists of Kingdom Administrative Services and Kingdom Travels. So overall, to make a long story short, we're going to make that honeymoon for Mr. B when the Lord bless him with that main person involved. But we provide... I'm sorry. I had to throw that in. We provide administrative travel service needs for all our businesses, corporations, families, communities, nonprofits. Whatever you do or whatever type of business you are, just know that the Kingdoms Group is your all-time business concierge service company.
All right, Miss Marcella.
Hey everybody, I'm Marcella, owner of Erubic LLC. You could find me at info@erubic.com, where we help our clients experience a greater level of success that they could actually take to the bank, right? So in addition to that, I'm a cryptocurrency enthusiast, and through my work with for-profit and nonprofit companies, we're able to help marginalized communities in many areas such as economics and education and so on and so forth. So if you're interested in learning more, reach out to me at info@arubric.com. Thank you.
All right, and as I say, this is our unpopular opinion, and our unpopular opinion are just our points of views on how we feel about each other, our lives, our daily lives, and what's going on in other people's lives. And most of all, we are definitely talking about us and how we feel about each other. So once again, this is our unpopular opinion. I am Mr. B. As ATS says, I bid you adieu.